Hey guys, welcome back to another late update. So, it's been incredibly long time since my last one once again, and once again I apologize. I just get so caught up with work and doing stuff around the house I just forget to do one. And to be honest, I try to film one and then I mess something up, so if I miss something or if I seem to be all over the place, I'm sorry. I'm just going to try and get this one up before the year is up. So, first off, as you may tell, my entire yard is gone. And some of it's still around. I mean, I still got the cork here, but I'm working on redoing it because I just wasn't happy with it. I was having a lot of frustration with it. A lot of engines were stalling out on the Atlas turnouts I was using. So I'm going to switch to the Pico Electrofrog turnouts throughout the whole yard, which is going to be a lot more wiring involved, but it'll be worth it in the end. And it's going to be some other cool high-tech stuff in there as well. So I've also redone part of the main line. And as you can see, no more giant crossover in the middle. And that's primarily because, for one, I thought it looked ugly by the time I was done, but I just lived with it. And I got tired of the train derailings in this area. And I had a piece of track that was about from here down to the turnout there. And it just had a lot of kinks in it, and a lot of this larger locomotives just derailed on it, so I tore that all out. And it's basically being redone from here all the way down to the turnout. And what I've done is I've soldered these two pieces of track together before I installed them. They were nice and straight, and now I've got a much more gradual curve, no derailments, kinks, or anything, which is very nice in the end. I mean, there might be a little bit, but none that I can tell, and none that the engines can figure out either. And along with that, I haven't redone the inside yet, still getting around to that. That'll probably be done after I finish the yard, because this isn't so much of a big deal. So, moving along, I'm going to go over some of the new stuff I've gotten, some new locomotives. This has been over the last year, so yeah, let's get started. First up is my Intermountain ES44 DC, number 2240, and with the Tsunami sound. My Proto 2000 SD60 Union Pacific, number 5961. Canadian National GP38-2 from a Trade with Awesome Railfan, number 4709. Proto 1000 RS2, number 8401. My Bowser SD40-2 for Canadian Pacific, number 5718 with ESU lock sound. Kato BNSF SD40-2 with ESU lock sound. CSX SD40-2 from Intermountain with number 8833 no sound, and a Sion SD40-2 wide cab number 5250 with Tsunami sound. It's not the first time I've had number 5250, but the last engine I had didn't have Tsunami sound, but this one does. It's a completely different engine. And last but not least, my B40-8 CSX Atlas Masterline number 5937, and a new little snowplow thing I got from Walthers, a Sioux-Line snowplow. It's actually really nice. Will go pretty good with some of my Canadian Pacific equipment. So moving along, I've been trying out some of the, get some of these engines out of the way. I've been trying to get my second yard underway, which I finally got more of the bench work underway for. Sorry about the pot set on the layout there. Just needed a place to put it temporarily. And I didn't have any room in the kitchen. So, I've got on the layout here where I've got the two turnouts marked to go. I've got the turnouts, I just got to cut them up and install them. And I have to come around here and glue down the cork bed and get some pink styrofoam down here and start laying out turnouts and whatnot, because I've got all of those. And I'll be using larger power to be switching this year, but I'm not quite sure how large the yard is going to be, but it's going to be larger than the 4-track one I had here with minimal storage. It was like 4 cars max. So that'll be nice when it's finished. Moving on down to the workbench, I'm working on a few things. Well, first of all, finally fixed the handrails on my GMD1. Sorry, not my GMD1. My Grand Trunk and Western SD40-2 number 5937. Finally Got all the handrails back on it, and the bell and whistle. That's kind of hard to see up here. Sorry about that. It's just where I like to keep all my good equipment. So, coming on over here to the workbench. Got a couple of engines underway right now. I've got some components here for a sweep locomotives. I got the fuel tank, the number boards, and the ditch lights. So that'll be nice when that's all finished up. I'm going to be using this CSX SW1200 1500 as the base, and I'll be using parts of this Atlas shell, the GP7 high hood, and I'm going to be detailing out this CP Rail GP9U. And that'll be a while before I get to that, because I've got a number of other projects underway here. Did some more work to the GP9RM. Finally got a dull coat on it. Probably need a second one because it's looking kind of spotty. As you can probably tell on the walkway there. I'm not too concerned about the walkway because I'm going to put tread on that. But the rest of it's looking pretty good now. I just got to apply the red and some decals, and it's good to go. And I'm going to be doing the GP9 that doesn't have the white stripes or the zebra stripes on that, just so I get some more variety in that. And I still got to figure out how I'm going to fill this gap, but I'll figure that out as I go. It's coming along quite nicely, better than some of my other engines. Also, another engine that I got a while ago was this BC Rail -9, red, white, and blue. I've been looking for one of these for a while. It is a dummy, but I've also gone ahead and replaced all the wheels and gears inside with new trucks. And I've done some detail work on the outside. I got to do a lot of work on the outside, like this air conditioner's got to come off. The whole cab's got to get redone. Which I do have the cab. Let me just see if I can pull it out here. Just a sec, guys. Nope, can't find it. But yeah, I do have... Oh, I'm blind. I have the cab. It's not quite the same red. So I'm going to be redoing some of this. Which I've also got the bell and some of the grab irons already installed in there. But it's not a big deal. If they come off, they come off. I've got the BLMA drill template to redo that. And one of the other projects I've got going right now is a new thing I picked up. Was this Athearn Genesis hopper car. Sorry, 3-bay Trinity hopper. And I'm not quite sure what I'm going to paint this as. Probably going to be CP Rail or KCS, one of the two. And this will probably be one of the hardest projects I've worked on because it's got so many little parts here. And a lot to paint and a lot to pay attention to. So, I've been looking for a kit that will challenge my ability, but I finally found it, so I'm quite happy about that. And moving on to the last thing, I've finally gotten around to completing the original Husky stack cars. I have no idea why this is rolling, probably because it's uneven. It's basically where I keep the excess of all my coal cars. Oh yeah, and another engine I purchased a while ago, 15 bucks at the Brantford Train Show, is a Canadian Pacific AC4400. And I'm going to detail that to no end. I'll stick it up here for now. There we go. And yeah, so I've got all 5 of these done. And all I got to do now is look for some trucks. And I'm going to figure out how I'm going to paint them. Either Southern Pacific or TTX, one of the two, once I get around to it. But other than that, that is pretty much it for this layout update, guys. I hope you have enjoyed, and stay tuned for more, hopefully.